Respected Chair and distinguished participants from all over the world, greetings from India. Once again, we have assembled here to deliberate and shape the destiny of the world of work. I take this opportunity to congratulate ILO for bringing forth discussion certain issues that are very vital for the voiceless, marginalized and vulnerable sections of the society. Changes in the political scenario in India give a new hope in heralding total transformation in the most uneasy situations in informal sector, as people have voted for change. This year, we are discussing subjects like formalizing the informal economy, forced labor, as well as employment, which are very significant for a large country like India. Perhaps India has the largest informal economy in the world. About 94% of workers in India is in the unorganized sector, and only 6% is organized. The majority work as casual agricultural wage workers, including a sizable portion of women workers. In simple terms, informal workers are those who are not protected by any law. Hence, under constant demands from trade unions, government was compelled to legislate the Unorganized Sector Workers Social Security Act of 2008, which ensures minimum protection to the workers in the informal economy. This is a solace to millions and millions in spite of its implementation deficiencies. Hence, to ensure that the law reaches out up to the last worker is a great challenge to all tripartite constituents in India. BMS has taken up the Himalayan task of organizing the unorganized, which is part of the process of formalizing the informal economy. Director General has, while discussing centenary goals, rightly raised concerns about weaning away jobs, imbalances created on account of pollution, growing gap between rich and the poor, etc. Director General of ILO has brought out a report on fair migration. Tens of thousands of Indians migrate every year to the Middle East, Europe and the US. Many are facing adverse workplace situations and untold miseries in different countries. We find uncivilized labor practices all over the world, like low paid wages, unsatisfactory working conditions, etc., which is rampant in informal economy. There is a grey zone in which the boundary separating forced labor and poor working conditions remain difficult to define. In a compelling situation, hapless lots have no other go except to submit to the grueling situation and poor working conditions without protest. Coercion is often used to discipline the workers and to curb protests against frequent breaches. It is the poorest and the most vulnerable who are the most sufferers. The problem of bonded labor arises due to the broader socio-economic problems. The debt bondage ripens into bonded system when the wage and service conditions are bad. Supreme Court of India in Asiad workers case of 1982 gave a new dimension to the issue by treating workers working below statutory minimum wages as forced labor under Article 23 of Constitution of India. Contract labor is an area where workers are exploited in inhuman working conditions. Human trafficking is the world's third largest organized crime after narcotics and arms trafficking. It is the brutal part of forced labor, especially among children. Let trade unions all over the world act in unison, along with seeking stronger involvement of employers' organizations, labor judiciary, and other civil society groups to free our brothers and sisters from forced and compulsory labor. We need to have a fast-track route on formalizing the informal sector. So, revolutionary transformation is required, which should be visible to everyone in the immediate future, especially to the new generation. Any change that may come, maybe after a century, is not acceptable, as starving people cannot wait. Hence, we are anxious to see the outcome of the discussions in this session of ILO. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Saji Narayanan.